What do we need to do in order to innovate? These are 6 personal experiences that I believe would lead you to fast growth. The first one is strategic plan. Not only because I'm a strategist by nature, but I do believe strategic plan is crucial for you to start up any company. It's not enough to say, I want to do XYZ volumes in 1 or 2 years, and this is what I think it's going to cost me, and this is when I'm going to break even, and this is when I'm going to start making money. Obviously, all of this count, and it's part of the tactical plan, but strategy is so important. I'll tell you a personal example that's very funny. My brother contacted me last year, and he's like, I have an excellent business idea. Would you like to buy into it? I want to build a manufacturing company for chips in West Africa. I'm like, great idea, but where did you come up with this? And what he said is basically, I went to a few countries and I realized that they only had one brand of chips. And I thought it would be good, to be there, to manufacture. It's obviously going to be less cost effective, and we're probably going to be making money on it. I do believe, that it makes sense. But I said, okay, what about, your go-to-market model? How are you going to do it? Who are going to be your suppliers? Where are you going to get the manufacturing machines from? Etc., etc. And he's like, you're complicating it too much. We probably need to park this for now. So it's just, an anecdote to let you know how easy it is for people who are entrepreneurial by nature to get very excited about an idea and to start a tactical plan without thinking long-term. I think long-term is really important. Where do you see yourself going to? The second part is obviously the tactical plan, and that's key and very important. Tactical plan is about everything related to your business, and I just mentioned a few of them. So your routes to market. There was a few examples around the desert route that a lady here mentioned. So it was, how are you going to get to your customers in a better fashion? And that's very important. So identify your routes to market and how do you want to get to your customers faster, more efficiently, and more cost effectively. There's a lot to do with marketing and brand awareness. So people need to hear about you. They need to know who you are. They probably need to read reviews about whether you do provide a good service or not. They need to listen to your idea and buy into it. So all of these things are very important. The sales component of it is also crucial. I think every startup should be a sales company. In essence, if you do not have sales as part of your DNA, it's not going to be easy for you to survive, in a very competitive marketplace. The third one is multi-dimensional job opportunities. Why am I saying that? It's because very recently I met with a Facebook colleague who's also a very good friend of mine. And she came to do a presentation to us about brand and how brand is important for people in the market. Because, if you're being hired by another big company, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go Google you and Facebook you and look you up on LinkedIn to see who you are as a person. And if you look at her title, she's the media relations manager. So I told her, it's funny, Eleni, why are you here presenting to us about this? Don't you have a marketing person to do that? And she's like, no, Facebook has this a criteria whereby everybody does his role, but not only his job or his role. He is supposed to be branding and talking about the business and the company as if it's his or her company. So she does a lot of marketing, even though it's not part of her core job. She also does a lot of sales, even though it's not part of her core job. And the reason why startups do that is because they want to get their teams and employees passionate about the company. And it's also because it's important for them to get people going on and not hiring people to do specific jobs, because that becomes, from a cost perspective, very expensive. The fourth point here is getting external feedback. So the lady who presented before myself, Mrs. Vida, spoke about it a lot. And it's about getting feedback around your ideas. One of the articles, again, that I would like to refer to spoke a lot about the key concerns that startups have in the UK, and that's the same article that I was speaking about before. And it's about, how can you actually brainstorm with other people and make sure that your ideas are viable ideas. So talk to people in your network, talk to business people, talk to friends. I don't know, throw that, bounce it to maybe your enemies, just like Mrs. Vida was talking, and get feedback as much as you can, because the more you get, the better you're equipped to go to market with whatever idea you have. The fifth one is pay for performance. So you want to pay your employees based on the performance of the company. It's very important for two specific factors. One of them is motivation. You get your people to work more if you put them on variable costs, so they know that if they're achieving their numbers, they're going to be earning more money. So that's an incentive for them. And at the same time, it's because you want to lower your fixed costs. So you want to lower your risk at the end of the day. And that's very important. Finally, and the last point is climate management. And when I say climate management, I don't mean the aircon, just like I've mentioned here. It's about telling everyone as part of your ecosystem who you are. Be true to yourself and be true to others. Don't go and build dreams with your suppliers that you're $1 billion company when you've just started doing business. It doesn't make sense. They need to understand who you are. They need to understand that they have to be flexible with you. Similarly, with your customers, you need to set their expectations. You can't go in there and sell them everything and then not deliver on any of what you've sold. It's going to have a very bad impact on you and on your company.